welcomed you to countless events in countless venues. But this is the first time in the history of the company that we are welcoming you to our office, and it's the first time that we have celebrated with you, our neighbors and friends. And it struck me as amazing that it took us 47 years to get here. And by the way, one very, very special man, which is here, to create the occasion that got us across that finish line. I think it speaks to the incredible humility of a woman often referred to as a peacock, and a queen, and a very special lady. But in spite of all of her accolades and all of the things that she has done, she chooses to stand on the sideline and has always put her work product, her developers, her clients, her friends, her family, and her city ahead of her. So it is truly heartwarming that today, Mom, you're front center. So on that note, let my brother say a few words, so it's just not. No, go ahead.
Well, hi. As the one Cervera that doesn't work in the family business, I think I'll speak a little bit more to, and briefly, as to how, even though she is this great businesswoman that's a pioneer and has laid the groundwork for so many to come behind her, she's always been a mommy first, for sure. For me, Alicia Cervera Day has a lot to do about that, primarily for anything for me. And I love you, Mommy, and you deserve this day too. Because it's not just about you being the real estate queen of the whole town that you are. And look at all the people that love you, but we love you most. And Dad, of course, over there he is.
It's with great pleasure today that I introduce our mayor, Mayor Regalado. Oh, Dad, you're going to come say a few words? Okay, all right.
Excuse me, people have forgotten that I'm still around. That's okay, I don't mind. Were it not for me, they wouldn't be either.
So it's with great pleasure that I introduce our Mayor Regalado. My mother, when she travels, she always talks about that one of the wonderful things about the United States is that the system that it provides for us to do business. And when we look at this city, we're fortunate to have a mayor who's fought for our city, who's always brought positive values. And he's the reason we're here together today, because he's being so nice to honor Mom. And when this happened, Mom says, "Oh my God, Julia Tuttle," and she started talking, and I thought there was something very special in her eyes when she looked at all of us. And she says, "Can we do this privately?" And my sister and I said, "Absolutely not, we're not doing this privately." So to the woman that we love, to the woman that we know a lot about her business, but those of us who are up here really know Mom as a wonderful mother who's always there, Dad, who is the pillar behind my mother, and we want to thank you for being the mother that you are, the amazing grandmother that you are, and for following in the footsteps of your mother who started the real estate process in this family by building all those houses and the first condominium in Lima. Okay? So, Mayor Regalado, could you please join us here? And we want to thank you for everything you do for us every single day.
No, thank you. And you know, when you talk about Julia and Mary, you know, some people are rather new of the city. So when we talk about how the city of Miami was founded, and how the city of Miami is the only city in the United States that was founded by two women, Julia Tuttle and Mary Brickell, people think that there are streets. You know, that Julia Tuttle is a bridge, and that Mary Brickell is a street. But in fact, they did what Alicia did. They looked beyond what they had at that moment, and they were pioneers. They really were, because they were like opposing entrepreneurs from one side of the river to the other, and so they decided to get together, and they said, well, okay, we need a police force. And they went to Tallahassee, and in Tallahassee they said, well, to have a police force, you have to have a city. And to have a city, you have to have incorporators. And so they went around and they looked for people to sign as incorporator. They couldn't find that many around here, around the riverbanks. And they went to the village, of what they call the West Grove. And they found a lot of Bahamian fishermen. And history tells us that around 50-some%, maybe 60% of the incorporators were not born in the United States, of the city of Miami. And then you have the census of 2010 that says that around 60% of the people were not born in the United States. And that's what makes Miami important and unique, that we all live together, that we all look different, and yet we live together here. And we have pioneers that came seeking a new life and trying to make a life better for their children. They try, the people that came before and worked hard, what they wanted, what we wanted is that our children will be better than us. And this is what Alicia did. And so she has spent 367 days a year selling Miami throughout the world. And that's why today, on behalf of the City Commission, on behalf of the city, but mostly on behalf of the residents of the city of Miami, a city that is very special for many, a city that has been founded with tears and hopes. Tears from people that came from other countries and hopes to have a new life. So today we're honored to present this proclamation to Alicia. So proclaiming today Alicia Cervera Day in the city of Miami.